Trust me, these Aussie champions are the toughest, most dangerous sportsmen you're ever likely to see. They hit hard, they play fast, they know no fear. Officially, the game is wheelchair rugby. Unofficially, they call it Murderball. And that just about sums it up. There's certainly no shortage of killer instinct when these guys get going. But deep down, there's more to Murderball than just the biffo. Each and every one of these men has a hell of a story to tell. A word of warning though, don't get in their way. Sleepy Christchurch doesn't know what's hidden. Arch rivals Australia and New Zealand are going head to head. It's called Murderball. And it certainly looks like they're trying to kill each other.
When you go in to hit someone, you look like you really want to hit them.
Yeah, well, the Kiwis, you have to hit them. You want to give them something back.
It's just like a battle between the All Blacks and the Wallabies. For both teams, national pride is on the line. In Murderball, the rules are simple. There aren't many. 4 players aside at any one time, trying to score points by crossing the line with the ball. There's no tackling, but there's plenty of tactics, plenty of crashes, and plenty of aggression.
Is there an element of you guys trying to prove yourselves? We might be in wheelchairs, but we're not wimps.
I don't think so. Like, my approach to this is that we play sport in chairs because we have to, and we build people when we do it. But, it's all good.
Off the court, 35-year-old Steve Porter is a gentle family man. He has a wife, Anne, and 2 young sons. As a teenager, he threw himself into martial arts and water skiing. Then at 17, the unthinkable and the unlucky. While carrying office equipment that weighed less than 25 kilos, he burst a blood vessel in his spine. Within an hour, he was a quadriplegic.
The night before, I was at the beach with my mates, throwing balls around. It was in February, it was hot. And then to go from that into a hospital, and I certainly remember thinking that, I might be better off if I just died, basically.
With time, Steve's spirit for life returned. He realised being a quad didn't mean he couldn't play sport.
George, get this ball!
A game as physical as Murderball requires punishing training. And these guys obviously get a kick out of punishing each other. It's how they've earned a reputation as the toughest team in the world. They're from all over Australia and they've been brought together by a competitive nature and tragedy.
I was bushwalking with some mates when I was 12. I slipped, fell down a 50-metre cliff, head first onto the creek, laying there in the water, trying to push myself up to breathe because I was face first in the water, but obviously not being able to move. Just hanging on to my breath until the boys could help.
At 24, Brad Doubley is considered the best murderballer in the world.
No, Steve! No! Fill the kid!
Out with a shoulder injury, this is his first go as assistant coach of the national team.
I'd imagine that you know what damage you can do to yourself. You know how fragile we are as human beings.
Yeah, exactly. You can't have anything worse dealt to you. You've sort of copped it, and it's like, oh well, what's the worst I can do? Break my neck again?
Their experiences are a reminder of how quickly life can change and how any of us could so easily be in their position. What's it like coming back here?
It is really hard to say, but it's kind of strange being at a place where, well, this is the last place I ever walked.
Now 23, Ryan's story is that of too many teenagers. He was 16, on his way to a party, a passenger in a car going too fast on a wet road.
As we lost control, we rolled over. We hit a tree, and I was crushed by the tree in the back.
What happened to the other people in the car?
The guy I was sitting next to in the back broke his jaw, the driver cracked his sternum, and my other mate, who just had bruising.
I had a surfing accident about 5 years ago. I basically just took a wave that was too big and come off my board and hit my head first on a reef and dislocated a bone in my neck. It's really flat today.
Grant Boxall's life as a quad means he's restricted to a chair, but that's about it. He and girlfriend Naomi are planning to move to the United States to play wheelchair rugby there.
I embrace my disability and deal with it, basically. You know, you wake up every day, the wheelchair's still going to be there. You either accept that fact and move on with life, or you feel sorry for yourself and not get out of bed and basically not live a life.
What? Is on track.
To be eligible to play Murderball, you have to be a quadriplegic or have significant impairment in your arms and legs.
I was at a 21st party and just had a 5-minute drive home, and I was in the back seat and the driver fell asleep and probably crashed the car maybe 100 or so metres from the driveway of where we were going.
As rotten luck would have it, Cameron Carr broke his neck 1 week before he was to join the Sydney City Roosters as a rugby league professional. That was 9 years ago, but it took him more than 5 years to get over the trauma and play sport again.
Have you come to terms with your accident now?
I still don't like being in the chair, but I think now being involved with rugby, it gives you a lot more purpose or more goals to achieve.
High priority is beating the Kiwis, or the Wheel Blacks as they call themselves. The teams fight it out over 5 games in 4 days. The New Zealanders are favourites, cocky because they're the current world champions. Australia is ranked only 5th, and Game 1 doesn't go well.
Come on, get out of there! Out of there!
Even though they score some big and bloody hits, they lose.
Just keep our heads up, get a good night's sleep and just be more amped to play tomorrow, don't be so relaxed.
Australia!
The next 2 matches are much better for the Australians. Sweet but nail-biting wins over the increasingly rattled champions. It's now 2-1 in our favour, and our turn to crow.
How do you think the New Zealanders are feeling tonight?
Oh, they'd be hurting. They'd be hurting.
The fact that it was the Australians who beat you, is there an added element there of distaste?
Pope Catholic. I mean, we could play Aussie at Tiddlywinks and, tooth and nail. Yeah, of course it is. It hurts. I don't like losing to Aussies. I hate losing to Aussies.
Australia's victories come in no small part thanks to the brutish power of our number 3.
I was born with no legs and I had fingers and they were joint together, just like one finger, and they were joint together. I had to get 2 operations to cut down there and cut down there.
Nothing can slow Riley down. And off the court, despite his tender age, he's 16, he's just one of the lads. Well, he certainly talks the talk.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I don't at the moment. Just go out parties and get different chicks sometimes. So
Yeah?
Yeah, or not often. Yeah.
Riley, are you talking it up?
Nah.
Game 4 is the closest of the tournament. If we win this, we win the series. At full time, there's just 1 point in it. But it's victory to the Kiwis. Now it's 2 games all with 1 match to go.
Did that feel good?
Yeah, wins always feel good, and wins over Australia feel even better.
Just because you're in a chair doesn't mean you can't go out, you can't do sport, you can't do anything, you know.
For our murderballers, as important as their sport is, reassuring those facing up to life with paralysis has greater value.
Yeah, I crashed my BMX, broke T4 and T5 in my back, broke a rib, punched my lung and broke my sternum as well.
Brad Doubley is a frequent visitor to spinal units like this one at Sydney's Prince of Wales Hospital.
I've been snowboarding for 9 years, and I was riding the rails in the snowboard park and landed on my butt and the C4, 5 and 6 quad.
I had a big night out, ended up in hospital with pneumonia, and at some point while I was in ICU my blood pressure dropped too low and I suffered lesions in the spinal column.
Brad's message is that there is life after spinal injury.
You know, like, don't let the chair, you know, stop you from doing anything, you know.
The tragedy can be turned into triumph. It's a theme explored in the recently released documentary Murderball.
USA, learn a new way.
The film follows the lives of those dedicated to the sport, confronting taboo and delicate areas, including sex.
My first full-on sex after being in a wheelchair was a very great moment in my life, just knowing that you could still go out one night, meet a girl, and get lucky. Things that you don't think are possible anymore.
For Steve Porter, the documentary showed the world that people in wheelchairs are, at the end of the day, just people. And no, you shouldn't be wondering because the evidence, Nicholas and Lachlan, is right there. But for the record.
The bits that matter, they still work. So, yeah.
So, to the final battle. It all comes down to this. It's tough, it's furious, but it's not Australia's day. The Kiwis win the cup and the bragging rights.
Yeah, I expected to win.
You know, the Australians told me you were a very smug winning team.
Oh, we like to think we're a bit humble in victory.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not doing a good job of it.
Oh, bugger, never mind.
It's probably not a bad thing in some respects to lose here because it just makes you a little bit more hungry. But, man, we wanted to beat those bastards, I tell you. It hurts. It hurts bad. And, yeah, and they are smart asses.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minute segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.